Hi, it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ilan Bomani, the Pajama Mama, where we help typical moms and dads fire the boss and hire the kids in the comfort of our PJs and even while we're sleeping. And I bring this information to you because we interview successful individuals that are where you want to be, that are making 4, 5, 6, and 7-figure dadpreneurs and mompreneurs. And today on our show, we've got one of my favorite dadpreneurs. He doesn't know. I'm going to share a story about him, about how much of an awesome dadpreneur that he is. His name is Molnar, and he is an internet marketing dadpreneur. He's been doing it for 12 years, ladies and gentlemen, successfully. So we want to hear his pros and his cons as far as what it's like being a dadpreneur. Everybody knows about mompreneurs, but a lot of people don't know the experience of dadpreneurs. So I want everybody to sit back, and those dadpreneurs, get online right now, take some copious notes, because he's got the 411 on how you can be successful in this industry. But let me tell you why I have Chris here, because many years ago, I think it was maybe about 2000, Chris doesn't know what I'm about to say right now, but it's all good, Chris. It was about 2000, maybe in 12. I think it was 2012. We were both in a course doing Halloween affiliate marketing. Oh, I absolutely love this course. And Chris, we were both a part of a forum. Probably some of you don't even know what a forum is, and people don't use that anymore to communicate, but we were part of a forum. And all of a sudden, I was doing so well. I had literally taken off the whole entire summer. And what I mean by that is I locked myself in a room and I created over 100 Halloween affiliate sites. I was going to be in the money. I had my Google AdSense attached to it. I had my Amazon affiliate link. Woo! I was about to cash in on some dough. Now, I did really well, for the Halloween season. But literally, ladies and gentlemen, 2 days after Halloween, I can remember, and my heart flutters, all of my sites got de-indexed from Amazon. Gone, poof, out the door. And I'm like, oh my God. What happened? Because that was $30,000. I made $10,000, but I was working my way, and so was Chris, working our way up to making hundreds of thousands of dollars in the Halloween industry, which is $1 billion industry. Oh, my heart was sunken. So I couldn't get connected to the owner of this product, going through emails and support systems. You got like 24 to 48 hours. And I'm freaking out trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And Chris was there for me. He was a part of the forum, and he came in and he checked out my site. We were all trying to figure out what was going on. What was that, Chris? Was it the panda? What animal was that? The Google panda?
It was pre that, I think. Pre-panda. Or might have just came out. But it would have been
definitely. I remember some other one that everybody was like up in arms. We hadn't figured out, because make a long story short, at the time, Amazon had enough with affiliate marketers, and they just totally changed the algorithms. You might not know anything about this, but let's just say, in a nutshell, our successful business was kaput. But in the meantime, the consolation prize is I made a good friend out of Chris. He has gone on to do some wonderful things, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that, because in this industry of internet marketing, there's some good apples and there's some bad apples, but he is a great apple. And I've been watching him and stalking him over the last, 10 years that we've been in this industry together, having a lot of fun. His kids are growing up, and he's got a little bit more gray hair than when we first started talking, etc. But with that in mind, he's always kept a positive attitude, and more importantly, he's always been successful. So you're talking to someone, you can get some wonderful tips and advice, a reality like TV type of show of what a true, internet marketing dadpreneur is all about. So Chris, welcome to our show, and thanks for being here.
Hello, thanks for having me, Elon. It's lots of fun here. So I started in like 2005. Oh, sorry.
Okay, go on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Share with us your take on being a dadpreneur.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I actually always wanted to work at home. So I wanted to get into a business where I could eventually work from home. So I started in web design, and that was before I had kids. So I was that for a couple of years, working in a nice cubicle job. It was fun, but not really that fun, because basically when I was hired, they said, update our website. I'm like, okay. So it took me a week, and then it's like 4 years later. Okay, no. Right. So doing odd jobs and stuff like that. But then I found out about internet marketing and dabbled in it, and it was going pretty well, especially, you know, everybody who does the internet marketing, they get their first check, and mine was like about $55. And it's like, oh my goodness, this is real. This is awesome. So built a whole bunch of more sites, and that was back in 2004 to 2005, I guess. So then my firstborn was in 2006, and in Canada you can take parental leave. So I was actually the second dad in the company to actually take parental leave. And this company is about 800 people. It's like an insurance company. So that was pretty big news. They're like, what? What are you doing? I'm like, yeah. So I built up my business while on parental leave. So I was still getting paid, you know, from the government to help with that. Just pretending to you know, take care of my child and stuff like that when my wife went back to work. And then, so if the Canadian government's listening, yes, I was just taking care of my child the whole time there. So now they go away. So then when I had to go back to work, I basically said, you know, I'm actually leaving. I'm going to form my own business. Right. So that was pretty huge news. And yeah, I took the plunge. I went on my own, and I've been pretty well doing it ever since.
Now, how did your wife feel about that? You know, you're leaving the quote unquote safe, secure job to come home. You know,
I think even when we married, she married me in '98, she knew I wanted to work from home. So we were sort of moving towards that. So she knew I was in web design. I already had a web design business, but obviously not enough to make a living at it. So she knew I was going to do something or other anyway at home. So that really helped. So she's always been very supportive.
Cool. So you do recommend that it's good that people, you know, segue into, you know, make sure their mate is in complete alignment with their dreams and goals are, you know, as far as an entrepreneur and having a job. Because sometimes people clash because people have different views as far as that is concerned. That's awesome.
Yeah, and for the first couple of years, she was making more than me. And I know some people would not like that. I'm like, yeah, totally fine.
That's a man. It's like, oh no, I'm supposed to be a provider to go with.
Yeah, so I had no problem with that. And I know I have a couple other friends since then who've taken the plunge, not for internet marketing, but some sort of online business. And yeah, it's, you know, it's the mompreneur. I can't even pronounce it right. And then the dads would support them as well. So this is sort of just the other way around, but it's all good.
Let's talk about a little bit about what exactly, as you went from being a web designer, where'd you go next? Affiliate marketing? Tell us a little bit about that. And kind of explain affiliate marketing to people, because it's not dead, ladies and gentlemen. Affiliate marketing is still alive.
It's very alive.
About that, because people may be interested in getting involved with affiliate marketing.
Sure. Yeah. So I started in affiliate marketing. I built probably close to 100 sites before I met you, or before that Halloween thing. And one of my biggest sites was a Halloween site. So my big problem, of course, was that after October 31st, my entire income would plunge by about 80%, which I knew it would happen, but it was always a psychological blow. So, of course, I had to get into other industries as well, which I did. And even today, like, I've branched out since then into other industries, like e-commerce and Kindle and a couple others. But affiliate marketing is always near and dear to my heart. And I'm building a couple sites this year. I haven't built any sites in about 4 years because I've been so involved in e-commerce. But those sites I've built are still ranking in between number 1 and number 3 because of the techniques I used back then. And a lot of them are still obviously working.
Still alive and well, meaning those sites have been marinating during that time.
Yeah.
And because of that, you're kind of grandfathered in. And wow, that's really good to have that type of ranking. Wow, that is really awesome. So now tell us a little bit. So then you went from affiliate marketing, and basically affiliate marketing, ladies and gentlemen, is when an individual basically refers, you know, an individual to a particular product or service, and they basically get a little commission for that referral that they make. Okay. A lot of you may know about Amazon. They have an awesome affiliate, you know, a program available to you. Now, it's not as lucrative as some other affiliate programs. Amazon, I think max offers up to 8%, where some programs offer 25, 35, 45, 50, even up to 75, you know, percent, depending on the particular, you know, product at hand. And so with that in mind, so you said you segued over to e-commerce. Talk a little bit about that for me, and tell me a little bit about the e-commerce business that you're involved into that they may want to check out.
Sure, yeah. Actually, Aiden Booth, who I'm still familiar with, and I'm in one of his courses, and that's how you and I met. Or was it even before then? Aiden Booth was he was actually a student on that Halloween course.
Exactly.
So since then, he's gone to do his own thing, and I followed him. So he's like, Chris, you got to get into e-com. You know, it's the next big thing. I'm like, okay, fine. So he sort of dragged me into it, and I got a business partner because it is a lot of work. You actually have to source products from China or wherever. We source some products in the States and Canada as well. But yeah, I definitely need a partner with that, because there's just so much work to do, not just accounting, but supply and communication with your supplier and stuff like that. Wholesale inquiries, and it's just a whole other world. So, but it's extremely lucrative. Like they're making a lot more with it than with the affiliate marketing. Suffice to say that I haven't done it in 4 years, but if you want, like, how can I say this? I guess you could definitely. We know some people who are in the millions making with e-com. I would probably be in that, but because I have my eggs with affiliate marketing and some other sites as well, I've probably spread myself a bit too thin. But I mean, I'm still really happy, as long as you're working from home, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah, but that's absolutely awesome. So think about this, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the fact that you can do affiliate marketing. You can do Amazon FBA. I'm just like you. I have my eggs in a lot of baskets too. Exactly. I like it. And not only that, I want to train and educate people on how to get involved and do it too. But also, like yourself, Kindle. So talk a little bit about, Amazon Kindle. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk about Amazon FBA first, because we didn't kind of break that down for a little bit. Amazon FBA means Fulfillment by Amazon. And so basically what Chris and I both do, a combination of, you can do retail sale arbitrage, liquidation and closeout, wholesale. You can do private label products too on Amazon, okay? And so we do Chris specializes in the private label. You know me, want to do it all type of thing. But in a nutshell, what that means is that you basically create your own brand and authority type of product, and you basically send it into Amazon. It sounds kind of easy where we put it. It is a little bit more. It's simple, but it's not easy. But in a nutshell, you basically send that product into Amazon. Amazon will fulfill it. They take what I call the dirty work. They deal with the customer service and the shipping and all that kind of wonderful stuff and the handling. And more importantly, they're the #1 retail store in the world. So we get to piggyback of their prime list and make some prime dollars. So anyway, that's a specialty, and that's an option that you can look at. Aiden Booth has a product or program that will help facilitate that type of experience. And Aiden also, obviously, like us, deals with affiliate marketing too, et cetera. And he's made in the millions of dollars with him and Steve, et cetera. So you may want to be able to check that out too. So talk a little bit about more Amazon Kindle. We've both done that too, but I'm going to let you take that away. And what's been your experience with Amazon Kindle?
I've more just dabbled in it, but again, I know some people in my marketing group, run by Aiden and Steve, who do a lot of Kindle. I have 3 or 4, I can't even remember now, so it's been a couple of years, but what I do is for my e-com business, I then have Amazon books or Kindle books from the niche that I'm selling on Amazon. So it's sort of, they sort of go together, I guess.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
I would sell my white label product, and then in the packaging it would say, do you want to learn more about how to do this? And I'm in the gardening niche, so it's like, do you want to know more how to prune or how to compost and stuff like that? Go to our Kindle store or something like that, and you can purchase the product. So it's sort of a extension of the sales cycle, I guess. And then of course we get on the mailing list, and we can keep selling them that way.
Yeah, that's absolutely. And the beautiful thing about Amazon Kindle, ladies and gentlemen, is that what's so beautiful about it is that, guess what? You can upload, put in a book, an ebook, and the like, and guess what? You don't have to put any money up front in order to be able to do that. Most people, when you think about publishing books, you got to think about, not only publishing it, but getting it distributed and all that kind of stuff. And once again, Amazon does all the heavy lifting for you. And then, I'm sure, Chris is not worried about the amount of money he can make from selling that ebook, because he gets it from the back end by selling his physical products, which is a lot more lucrative. Because with physical products, we can generally have a rate of return on investment of 30 or 40%, whereas in the other genre, as far as affiliate marketing, like we said, we're talking about 8%, 9%, 10%, and it tends to be more lucrative because people can people like things that are tangible. They like to touch it, feel it, type of thing. They like those type of products as opposed to information products, which tends to be kind of, elusive as far as value is concerned.
Plus, when you have friends who ask, well, what do you do for a living? Then I could actually show them physical products, right? So I don't have to talk about this weird internet marketing, affiliate marketing thing, which people still don't really know about. Like when I go to the States for conferences, they ask, what do I do? So I used to say web design, but now I would say I'm a merchant or something like that.
Right.
So it sounds a lot more legitimate that way.
I always tell people I'm partnering with Amazon. I'm a partner.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a partner for Amazon. Yep.
Right. With the prestige type of thing. Which I was making Amazon dollars, that's for sure. So share with us, Chris, the cons as far as being a dadpreneur. So share with us. You said you had some stories that you wanted to kind of share with everyone to give a lot of these men out there. They want to be dadpreneurs. They're kind of intimidated because they think dadpreneurs are kind of not prestigious type of position to be in, working from home. So give them a perspective of that.
Yeah, there definitely is that. Like, I did have a bit of a flack from friends, stuff like, what are you doing? Because if I had gone back to the, great insurance company, it is a good insurance company, but if I had gone back, I would have probably gone into middle management and, followed the traditional formula. But I didn't want that. And some people didn't understand why. It's like, what? You want to stay at home and take care of your kids? Like what's going on? And actually, a little tangent, one of my first sites was actually on baby slings. And it's actually still around. It's called babyinasling.com. So you can check it out and you could see if you go to about it, say me about 11 years ago with a little baby on my back. And I still make about 150 to 200 a month on that site, even though I haven't updated it in 10 years. But
that's not bad.
But yeah, that's what I did. And but yeah, there's definitely the cons of that. Also, the fact that I'm in a basement, as you can see right now, and I'm moving in a couple of weeks, but I'm still going to be in a basement, but at least I'll have a window this time. So that's good. But I think the number one con for any sort of working at home type of deal is setting a schedule, because you would get up and, let's look at YouTube or let's look at the TV for a little bit. You absolutely need a schedule. So what I do is, what I highly recommend is a book called the 12-week year. And what that does is it helps you plan, instead of planning per year, and it's made for small businesses, but it definitely works for us as well, is instead of planning for 1 year, you plan for 12 weeks. So you list everything you want to do in 12 weeks. And then once that's done, then you have a lower or the high level overview of 12 weeks, and then you would plan per week. So then every Sunday, what I would do is I would sit down and I would plan what I'm going to do for that week. So I would consult the overall 12-week plan, see where I am, see where I need to be, and so I can. So it makes it a lot easier to plan for what I'm going to do on the week. So then Monday morning, right when I wake up, I know exactly what I'm going to do. And I really, really need that for myself, because I'm kind of lazy and disorganized. And so if I don't do that, I wake up Monday morning, it's like, okay, what do I do? I could do this. And it's really hard for me too, because I have like 4 or 5 different things I can do, and they all need to be done at once. Right. So it's like, okay, this affiliate marketing thing needs to be done, like one of the ClickBank products I was on sort of disappeared. So I have to replace that. Or it's like, oh, well, e-commerce, I have to order some new products because I'm running out, because it's gardening season, right? So it's like, what do I do? So I definitely need a plan. So I know exactly, okay, for this chunk of time, I'm going to do this, get that done. And then this chunk of time, I'm going to do this. And then and then for my business to grow, I have that 12 weeks knowing I'm actually accomplishing something. So it's a psychological thing too. You definitely need planning. Gotcha.
That makes a whole lot of sense. So your schedule. What about the family type of dynamic? How do you manage that?
So I would working into the schedule. So I usually try to get up at about 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. I know from experience from working at home for 10 years that I work best in the morning. So I try to get up as early as possible, do about 2 hours before the kids wake up. The kids wake up at about 7 to 7:30. So then we go through the motions of getting them ready for school and stuff like that. I would actually me or my wife would walk them to school. And that won't be a problem anymore, because the one reason we're moving is our local school actually changed format. So the next closest school is about a 25-minute walk. So we would walk that 25 minutes in the morning and back. And of course, in the wintertime, being in Canada, we'd have to drive that. But our new house will only be 5 minutes away, so that'll be nice. But yeah, so I would take the kids to school, come back home, and then continue where I left off, or usually start a new chunk for about 3 hours, and then break for lunch. My wife would join me, stuff like that, and then so it would be a regular work day. So then I would go from about 1 o'clock to my kids get off at 3:30. So I would usually finish around 3.
Okay.
And walk and pick them up, and then that would be my day. So it's almost like a regular structured day, pretty well.
Wow. Well, I saw you on vacation recently. You know, you guys were traveling around and things of that nature. Is that one of the perks that you have as far as,
definitely.
Being, you can just pop up and go on vacation, according to kids' schedule?
Yeah. So of course the schedule is flexible because it's my schedule, right? I don't have a boss. So if the kids need, like I volunteer sometimes at school too. So it's like, oh, Dad, can you volunteer on Friday? I'm like, yeah, sure. Wow. So it's like, okay, well, I'll push the thing I was going to do on Friday. I could either do Thursday or just push it off to Monday, or work a bit during the weekend sometimes too. So it's really neat. You have that flexibility. You have that freedom. If you want to take a week or two off, like I'm going by my kids' schedule. Like if my kids didn't go to school or homeschooled or something like that, we could probably just take vacations whenever we want. But my eldest, who's in grade 5 now, she's like, for our latest vacation, it's like, well, let's not leave on spring break. Let's leave like a day or two earlier. So then we missed the spring break crowd. And she's like, no, Daddy, I want to stay in school. I'm like, okay, fine.
Absolutely awesome. That is really awesome. So what final tips would you give to a dadpreneur? Because you did have to transition from being employed into becoming, a dadpreneur. So what type of tips would you have individuals that are right now, they're on their break at their job, they're looking at you and they're wishing they could be like you? What tips would you recommend for these dadpreneurs to do in order to get to the next level?
Right. Definitely planning. So, like I was talking about before, this planning and scheduling. Trying to think how it's been so long now. Probably what I'll think about is the things that I shouldn't have done. And that's spending, a day just thinking, oh, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? So you definitely need to know in advance what you're going to do. So if it's going to be affiliate marketing, then just concentrate on that for now. And, that's another mistake I made is right in the beginning. I was doing all these different things. The shiny object syndrome, which I'm sure everyone knows and you've talked about before, is basically you go online. It's like, same thing here. Is you got to focus on just one. Like if you're gonna learn affiliate marketing, or if you're gonna learn e-com, just focus on one product that works. Based on I would say based on testimonials, but I know how that works, and a lot of them are it's sort of like, yeah, we'll give you a testimonial if you scratch my back. But someone like Aiden Booth and yourself, and thinking Ryan Dice is a really good one, and Eric Lanches, but I don't think his membership's open. But people like that, if you look at those names, you join their courses, they're the real deal. They'll definitely. They won't steer you wrong. I'm sure I can't think of others offhand, but you focus on one thing and you go with it. Like you don't do a tangent, you don't do your own thing, you just do what they say. And then once you get the experience and you start seeing the sales and stuff like that, then you could start experimenting yourself. But you need that discipline in the beginning for it to work out.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're giving some awesome tips, because it is very true. Because like we were discussing before, I went through that whole thing, and I'll be the first to tell people, embarrassingly, I spent over $100,000 on online products, and I had to go through that, what's a scam, what's real, what works, and all that kind of stuff. And that's why I created the Pajama Momma, because we cut to the chase. Everyone that I bring to the table, I know their skills. I know that they're getting results. And I know most likely if they're getting the results themselves, and they have case studies, and they have students that have history. And like Chris was mentioning, well, fine, you want to get into that, then align yourself with people, be part of their mastermind or their mentorship type of program that will help facilitate your growth and really take it to the next level because they've been there and done that. Chris could save you time, money, energy, and stress by telling you the pitfalls as well as the successes as far as, you know, being a dadpreneur. So that's really good. And the other thing that Chris was mentioning that I want to reiterate and emphasize is that, you know, prepare, plan, focus on one. I mean, like, you know, Chris and I are doing like several things, but we went in affiliate marketing, dug deep in that, and then we learned it. Then we went into e-commerce, dug deep into that, and then we learned it. And then we went into, you know, Kindle, and then we dug deep in that and learned it. And now, ironically, though, one thing about internet marketing, it kind of always interchange and interconnect because now we're using our Kindle book to promote our private label products, okay? And we're kind of using techniques as far as affiliate marketing to basically, you know, get the lead capture pages, give away a free product, yada, 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 to do affiliate marketing. So they do blend in and they do come hand in hand, but to stop the confusion, you know, master one first and then tap into those other ones. Because I do think you have to be a jack of all trade and master some now in the 22nd century we're getting into now in order to be successful. So just keep that in proper perspective, ladies and gentlemen. And any last tips that you want to share with anybody? Because you've been absolutely awesome in helping those dadpreneurs out there.
Oh, well, you said I could do a shout out to one site. So the marketing group I'm involved in is called onlinemarketingclassroom.com.
Okay, let me put that down.
And that you could join up. I'm also involved in a more private one, which is the same company, but they only open it once a year and only to a couple of people. But Online Marketing Classroom would have everything you need to know about getting into affiliate marketing or e-com or Kindle, stuff like that. So that would definitely be the way to go as well.
Awesome. Okay, wonderful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Chris has done an awesome job of giving you the 411 and what it takes to successfully be, you know, a dadpreneur. And he has a couple little gray hairs, but trust me when I tell you, it's been worth it. You can see the smile on his face. You can see him, you know, happy, being in control of his financial destiny, which allows him to enjoy his life and spend quality time with his family. And if you can see those wonderful pros, and maybe something that you want to do in your near future dadpreneur. So thanks, Chris, so much for being on our show and being an example of a true successful dadpreneur. So ladies and gentlemen, on our show tomorrow, we're going to have some wonderful guests in regards to debt reduction and also credit repair and all those financially responsible things we all need to do in order to be able to stay home and take care of our kids. Chris, thanks so much for being on our show today. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Chris and I really appreciate you today. We look forward to seeing you as becoming dad and mompreneurs. And with that in mind, spread the love by spreading the word and you'll spread the wealth. See the top, but over the top, more importantly, we see the bank, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Chris. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Thanks, Chris.